Chiquinha, Chiquinha.
Go check out the room.
Chiquinha.
Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and then also hit the that little bell. That means you're gonna get notified of other videos that I do. Okay, so in a minute we're gonna walk down this street right here. This is one of my favorite streets in Taipa of Macau. Let's kind of show you. Some tall buildings right up here. Some tall buildings up here, and also even right up here too. So you can see all these buildings right here as well, right? It's kind of massively large, and they kind of go in a circular pattern too. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of interesting. Like, you don't really think much about them, but then if you're actually were in them, they're just like massive amounts of windows, and they kind of do that little concave thing. So it's probably kind of weird because you'd have kind of looking into your neighbors basically. But the city is pretty condensed like that anyway, so so we're just gonna walk through here. This is a cafe. There's quite a few little shops all along here. This one is Belief. Gonna run across there real quick. Belief has a pretty good menu. It also has Malaysian food and Korean food. And that one looks like it's maybe Thai. I don't know. Probably Chinese. It seems Chinese, but it looks like it's here we go. Thai cuisine. And then there's also some Malaysian cuisine too. And here, it's like and Korean right here too. So this is basically the Korean setup. Usually is that little thing. Really. Okay. Anyways, you can also just want to show this little plaza, so you can sit in the spot or in this blue bench, right? So. And then right over here is Kingsville. We'll walk that way a little bit. Well, actually that's Kingsville. And then this is more tall buildings, and there's a little park over here that's just walk by a little bit. Right about there's a little park that I filmed before as well. And that park is kind of like has like kind of like a Chinese dragon scale kind of feel, and it's it has like, you know, turtles and lakes and goldfish. And I just did a video there just quite recently, so you'll probably see that. You probably will see that in the feed of the channel for a more recent Macau one. That's okay. Genuine Portuguese taste. Another Portuguese. So that one is called Alfama, and this one is Manuel Cozinha Portuguesa. So they're two different restaurants almost next to each other, Portuguese. And that's not that uncommon. It's it's uncommon that they're next to each other. But there's quite a few ramen shop, a lot of Japanese shops. And this one has Kirin Ichiban, and that one over there had the asahi that was advertised. Both of them are Japanese. And you got your typical Japanese food here as well. Okay. You have different stuff over there. So diamond shop. These actually changed. There was different shops just quite recently. Restaurants that were kind of interesting, but a little bit overpriced, and it looks like they ran out of business. Some artwork. Now we're gonna walk down one of my favorite streets, and actually I've actually filmed the street before. But you know, each time we film it, it's like a kind of a different experience. Different things happen. We focus on different things, and so they just throw out their ramen or their food. And the temple is right there as well. So usually the store is never open on the side. So. So we're gonna just kind of check that out. And then this right here, in another video that I filmed the street, which was back in January, I believe. Now it's March. I put this up and somebody said this is like for a firecracker factory, which makes sense because I've heard that quite a bit. That Taipa used to have a lot of firecracker factories. These guys are, oh, it's really beautiful. So, okay, this is the other side. A lot of beautiful artwork too. So, okay, we're just gonna keep going. I also like the color. You know, it's kind of, you know, green, red, and yellow. So the buses come down. It's quite a narrow road as well. Okay. This is kind of interesting too, because it looks like there used to be something here, but now it's probably something I wouldn't have focused on the last time. The roots of trees. So it's beautiful. Could walk up there, it'd be a completely different experience. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna walk up there. You are here. This is kind of you're gonna see this in a minute because we're gonna walk along this water now. I was just gonna go down this road right here, but instead we've started right about here. My plan was this road and show this road again. Instead I'm gonna deviate a little bit and go into this type of houses area, and we'll probably come right back out again anyway. So we're not gonna follow this road, but actually this road kind of goes by a little bit of a parking lot, and there's some interesting stuff along the way. But this way is also interesting because there's like cobblestone right here. So I don't know how long this cobblestone's been here, but it definitely has like this old Portuguese feel. I'm assuming it's Portuguese because once you get up around here, you'll see how Portuguese-ish it looks. So, okay. So actually you can actually go up on top of that too. But today we have another agenda, so actually I'm gonna walk by these type of houses, so I'll start kind of showing you a little bit already. So see how light blue that is? Kind of pastel blue. So there's a park up here, and there's actually so much little stuff I could do. You know, different paths I could take, but I want to walk through the type of houses because those are the most historical. That park is definitely interesting in its own right. And if you're interested in it, you know, just make a comment in my video and I'll go up and film more of that. And this little area right here, they'll have sometimes they'll have like live music or festivals or different stuff because it's a little bit I don't think there's have to worry about a noise ordinance at all because the residential isn't really by this water. So sometimes they'll have some Lusofonia festivals, my favorite one, but it's where the Portuguese speaking world comes to the spot and celebrates for 3 days, and they'll bring food and drinks and music from the Portuguese speaking world, which includes Angola, Mozambique, Cape Verde, Sao Tome, Brazil. This is called Avenida de Praia, so we're just going to capture the sign real quick. So, street of the beach. Beach Street. Because a long time ago this would have been a beach right here. So all of this would have been if, I don't think it was a very good beach, but this would have been a beach that was probably kind of muddy and murky. And then they basically put a landfilled that other side over there, Kotai, Kotai means Kalawan, which is the what used to be an island over there, but now it's like landfill between. So Kalawan Island and Taipa, Kotai, Kalawan, Taipa. So anyways, this would have once looked over the water, and that right there too. I don't know, it's kind of beautiful. I don't know, you can't really see it very well, but there's like a nice green railing right up where the green grass and the brown meet. So you can walk up there, and actually that would be a good trip for us as well. I have walked up there before, and if you were interested in me filming up there, I can. You kind of go behind this big massive building, so it's quite interesting to walk around like that. I don't know if you can see this, but this is kind of an architecturally interesting place. And actually, I could actually walk almost any direction, so we could go that way. And so at the moment, what I'm going to do is, so this is kind of interesting right here, right? These are all the lights they're setting up. There's a massive hood of lights just sitting here. So they're going to start creating something that's going to be interesting in a minute. Humidas, I don't know, Earth of Avenida Praia. So oh, maybe the ecological stuff, I guess. This is like Earth or ground, something like that. So okay. So I guess, yeah, I guess talking about ecology. Anyways, then we got some tour groups there. And so these are type of houses. They have some historical value to them. Creative Casa, it says right there. It's in Chinese, English, and Portuguese. But actually they used to call this a Taipa houses. I think if I remember right, the history, I think they were built early 1920s or 1910s or something like that. So they were built to overlook this lake right here. Actually, I'm kind of curious to go over to that building to make a separate video. I don't have my zoom camera though. So yeah, these are, I guess I call them Macanese houses. You see another sign right there. But yeah, type of houses, Macanese houses. So, and it looks like they're doing some construction here too, so. I love their... Oh, so actually they're getting set up for something, because you can see all the construction over here. So like basically this construction back there, and this is actually cut off. We can't actually walk there because they're doing, what they'll do is they'll kind of landscape this on a regular basis and do a completely different kind of art, creative structure. So a lot of times it'll be with like beautiful flowers and some kind of like play activities for kids, but they'll almost routinely reconstruct it. And the problem with walking around Macau is there's like a million of different things you can do. So this is so actually what we're going to do is walk up to this church right here, and you can see how interesting all the designs are. I think I need to be on that path though, actually. Anyways, maybe this is interesting that you can see I guess we're kind of committed. Actually, what I wanted to do is get up to that church that's right there, and there's another path that goes directly there. But actually, this is not a bad change up because you get to see a little bit different things. So you can actually sit right here. You can just enjoy. But what we're gonna do is keep moving. Actually, you can also see how they beautify things. They put little flowers. It's kind of built for that, you know. And we could walk that way, but I think I'm going to show you the church. I think I'm going to reserve that. It's going to walk over to another casino building. Again, if you're interested, just let me know. I'll go over there and film it. I've been wanting to film it anyways. There's just a million things you can film in Macau. It's like one of the most photogenic cities I've ever been in, and quite underrated for it as well. And actually, I have sat and filmed over there before. So okay. So we're gonna walk around this church and to the other side. And I really love the way these are set up. So you can sit, a lot of people will sit around these trees, you know, and then you got your shading as well, of course. And you got your cross here. Actually, today's an unusual day because there's not many tourists. And there's the church right there, so you can see all the way up. The bell will ring, and it's actually an active church too. So they'll actually kind of like the images that are kind of photogenic like that. So you can kind of see how beautiful this area is. Then you have these banyan trees. So this is that street that we just walked down that had like the firecracker factory and things like that. And I've always liked this street too because there's, you know, these big massive banyan trees, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, when you're from there, it feels like there's like 10 of them or 20. You know, it's just like, feels like a wall of trees. But from this side, it's a little bit different. Anyway, it's very photogenic. And if you went to the other side of this, there's a park, and again, there's like so many options that you could do pretty much anywhere that you're at that's equally interesting. And I'm gonna walk down this another cobblestone path right here. So we're gonna walk down this one, and then you can see how beautiful this architecture is and it's how photogenic. And man, that's really beautiful too. I really like that setup. Okay, so this is a school, escuela, escuela. It's like a Catholic one. I guess it does say John Paul, João Paulino. There's actually a Mary right there, a little statue. So, okay. We're gonna walk into this cobblestone again. It's kind of... So this is the School of John Paul. It's kind of interesting because I'm not the only one filming, right? So there's that girl who's also filming the street, I think, too, which is pretty common. It's a beautiful street. That one, I think that one, she had her camera, so she looked like she was, she might be, looks like she's videotaping without commentary. Maybe we'll see that on YouTube. Somebody left there. Okay. This is the post office right here. I'm gonna keep walking down this. There's the post office, closed, I guess. But you could mail things locally. Or, I'm not sure what that means. Reclaiming something. It's a post office bus. I'm gonna go right here. So, okay. I guess this used to be the way that Taipa used to be. Let's take a look at it. So Taipa houses, nostalgic house, and then I'm not really sure how this is all fits together. For one, I can't read the Chinese, but I'm gonna take a guess because that street back there was called the Praia Beach. So it's like this is probably Kalawan because Kalawan's actually quite big. And I think I did hear about that. Like Taipa used to have different, used to be a lot more murkier water that was kind of in between the two, and then they kind of just filled it in with land. So I'm I'm assuming that's basically what this is demonstrating. So, okay. Let's walk this way. Wow, this is really interesting. On the other side of this, there's like 4 or 5 houses that are kind of a nice, bright, beautiful color. And this is like the rooftop. It says love right there. So I'm kind of curious if what they're gonna do with that space. Because actually this is all new. This polka dot, orange and pink polka dot with white. This is all recently painted. And from up here you can just kind of kick back and just watch everything. So we're gonna walk on down these steps. See that I'm gonna be going to work right now, so. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna show you the other side of this momentarily. It's like one of those, that car looked like it was reserved for something. Like that green color looked like it was like a, so this is also, they've also painted this about a year ago, Hello Macau. And then this is the other side. So up on the rooftop, it said love, right? So yeah, that part over there up on top says love, and there's a big thing that's all the way around. And then this pink, green, and yellow, I have another video where I talk about this one. But let's talk about it again for anybody viewing now. But actually, this is interesting because they're developing more. It looks like there's going to be a restaurant. They have a little display case, and actually, they put this up about maybe 2 years ago, and immediately became very photogenic. So people come down here all the time and take pictures with that. And actually, this eatery has this is also in business now too, or almost. So basically you got 3 eateries. Huh, I thought it was going to be a hostel. For some reason I thought it's sometimes I forget that, you know, Macau is you know, like when I watch a lot of other cities, the way that they reach out to the international audience, so you'll start seeing stuff that's like I don't know, lots of like non-local stuff, but all this stuff is very local, so it's kind of surprising to me. But a lot of Macau, they target towards the mainland Chinese market, so probably all these things are for or to capture their money, you know. So like when you go to other places, sometimes, you know, they're trying to catch the money of as many people from around the world as possible, but it's not really the case here, strangely. Because it is a tourist attraction, but yeah, predominantly most of the tourists are from mainland China, so. And I could walk all the way down that way, but I'm gonna give it a little bit and then come down this way. See this dragon? Can you see the dragon's foot? So this whole thing is supposed to represent a dragon right here. So we're just gonna go around. So yeah, you can see a whole dragon scale right here. It goes like all the way down, and that's very symbolic. And then there's another foot right there too. Dragon foot. So, okay. And also in this little plaza, this regularly changes as well. But actually at the moment, this video has now turned into 23 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I should conclude it. So okay, so basically I'll just kind of conclude. You basically walked from, I'll put it on the map, so, and I'll highlight it so you can see exactly what we did. But kind of reading this right now. Old Taipa Market. This is located at the ruins of Old Taipa Market. So, okay. you look at the people, it's kind of digitalized them, so it's like kind of interesting to look at. So that would have been right here. So I might do a separate video about this in a minute. I think it's worthy of it. And I'm just going to show you what we did. So basically what we did was we started at the base of the street. It's up about maybe not quite even a kilometer, but we started there, and then I was going to just go take you directly here and just keep walking all the way down like that, but instead we deviated and we went inland a little bit, and then we went up there to these type of houses, and then we came back, and then we came back and we came right back here. But basically that's the beginning of it. So this bus, like this 33 bus right here, that bus would have been something that you can take directly from where we started and just take you directly down there. So okay, so we conclude this video right here. Tune in and see more of Macau in the next video. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about this Taipa park in a minute. So this used to be an old market, and I just want to show you some of the street right here. So this right here was shark's fin. So I used to have like shark's fin food. It looks like it's a new place now. And then you just can go all the way up the street, and there's like Chinese firecracker market that used to be there, factory, some China temples, and then a lot of commercial stuff. And if you watched my previous video, you saw that I just walked down this street. And but this particular focus is going to be all around this area right here, and I'm going to bring you there in a minute. It's kind of interesting too, right? Let's see what that is exactly. Kind of beautiful artwork. It's a bat right there. I never really notice the details sometimes until you really look. And actually this is all encased in glass, so I'm going to guess that this had some historic value. This is a dragon's tail right here. So this goes all the way down, and you can see the whole dragon's tail. And it's the foot of the dragon right there. I'm going to show you the sign in a minute. And then the head of it is over here by this, by the people taking the pictures. So this is an old type of market. And in a minute we're going to show some of the pictures, and you can see these pillars. All 6 of these pillars are all, how many are there? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we're going to go take a look at this. This is in 2 types of Chinese. Oh, this is Japanese, sorry. Japanese, Chinese, Portuguese, and English. So sometimes the Japanese looks like Chinese. Ruins of the old type of market. So you can kind of read some of it. You can always pause and try to read this if you are interested. And that's going to show, so these are these pillars right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So kind of like most markets, they've also digitalized all the people, so you can see how they look. Interesting faces right there. So okay. So we're just going to walk into this one, and today there's nothing in here, but a lot of times they'll set up displays pretty much year round. There'll be different displays. I think they change probably like, I don't know, at least 10 times a year, because there'll be, you know, one for almost everything. Chinese New Year, Christmas, whatever it is. And it's going to show you the head of the dragon in a minute. And then there's the dragon right there, so it's kind of cool. Okay, so that dragon just kind of goes up, and you can see the scale, and another foot is right here. Okay, so we're going to conclude this as old type of market, I guess. Scan it and we'll conclude. I'm gonna walk down this busy street. This used to be a Portuguese restaurant right here, but now it's changed into whatever sounds like a Filipino word, Darsilog, which I think is a clothing shop. But anyways, we're gonna this kind of actually these are really cool just to walk through all these paths. But we're just gonna walk through the crowd of people. These are all tourists basically. Ice cream, Turkish ice cream, egg tarts. Let's see. Show you, this is it's Mick Jagger right there, if you can see that. Mick Jagger with the owner right there. He's usually in the restaurant. That might be the owner's wife. She looks like she's Filipino, but she looks like, I don't know. I'm not sure. And these are also Rolling Stones too. That's recognize them right away. So they would have been in this place called Los Santos, which is a pretty famous Portuguese restaurant. So anyways, we're gonna keep going. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is if I walk to the end, it's always interesting as well. Kind of thinking about going down one of these as well. This is a whole little labyrinth of smaller businesses right here too, so that's gonna be really interesting to explore. I do go down there quite a bit, and I do actually take the camera quite a bit. So, but I think it's just so photogenic and so beautiful that it's that I always enjoy doing that. So I'm gonna try to refrain at the moment. Hello. Try to refrain from that at the moment. So okay. I think there's some different restaurants as well here now. 5500 is new. Malaysian chicken. Actually, that looks kind of good. There's Burmese, Malaysian, Tom Yum, Thai. Lots of kind of fried stuff. Fried French fries, fried. These are kind of funny because these are also common in Portuguese restaurants too. Cod is so it's interesting if that was intentionally. I think they do that here too, but it's also the influence of each other. This battery is gonna die fairly quickly, so I'm gonna conclude this video.
Chiquinha.